Hello and welcome to this rainy Saturday. And today we're going to be developing with coffee. Wait, coffee, coffee, another word for Java? Wait, never mind. Oh, I did get my haircut and beard trim. Thank you for noticing. I greatly appreciate it. But yes, we are going to develop insertion sort, at least write the insertion sort algorithm with Java today. And just like the other videos, fairly quickly, so you should be in and out knowing insertion sort in Java in, I don't know, a couple minutes. So let's, don't want to waste any more of your time, so let's just jump right into the code editor of your choice. Let's begin. Here we are in the sleek design known as IntelliJ. So let's jump right into it. It's going to look eerie similar to our C++ video, as I'm going to have everything laid out. And I'm just going to run through everything, and you're going to learn the high overview of what everything does if you don't know already, because I've already covered all this stuff in previous videos. So I'm going to start in here in main, and then I'm going to go up into each function and run through those. So we got nums, two arrays that I've already set the values of what we're expecting, because that's what each file holds. So the first one holds 10, and the next one holds 10,000, so that's the space we allocated for the arrays. We jump down, we set the variables so we can use them to pass into read file, and we pass in the array. So then we can store everything in these files in the array, and then we print them out because we want to see the unordered. And then we print out insertion sort, and then we insertion sort them, and then we can print them out again so we can see the comparison between the two to see if it worked, which in this case, hopefully it does on the first try. And then we do the same thing again with 10,000 numbers. We read the file, store them in 10,000 array, and print them out, sort them, and print them out again. So pretty simple, straightforward. We got to try catch block around this because, as you will see, our read file throws an exception which we have to catch. So let's jump up to read file here. We do have to include our imports, so for file reader and buffer reader. So our read file takes in the file name and the nums array, throws the exception, as you can see here, because if this fails, it needs an exception. So we read in the file, we pass in the file name here for the file reader, and then we create a line, we create an int so we can increase our line, our index in our array, I should say. And then we say, hey, the line is equal to the read line, and then we parse it because it is a string when it comes in. We parse it as an integer so we can store it in our integer array. And we go ahead and close. And then our print is the same thing as you've seen in the C++ video, just loops through the array and prints them out. So we can reuse it instead of having to write the for loop every time we go to write out this array. So far so good. You can see insertion sort has nothing, which we are going to write right now. Takes in our nums array, which we need to sort. So let's go ahead and do this. First, you will notice that if you're using IntelliJ, mine is in presentation mode. That's why you don't see everything you would see. So there's a little side note, or sidebar, as I should say. But let's jump into it. So like I discussed in my how does insertion sort video work, or any how-to videos work, we need our integers. We need two integers to store our index and what is in our index. So we need a v index, and then we need an int v and an int j. And then we need a for loop, because remember we said int I is equal to 1, not 0, because we don't want our first index in the array. We go nums length, and then we go ahead and increment it by 1. This is where we're going to use v. So v is equal to nums I, because we need to store that somewhere, and then k is going to be equal to I minus 1. So now j is equal to I minus 1. So now j is equal to 0 in our first incrementation. That's even a word. Then we go while j is greater than or equal to 0, and nums j is greater than v. We go in the bracket here, then we say nums j plus 1 is going to be equal to our nums j. Then we say nums or j minus minus. Now we have the while loop. Outside of the while loop, we'll go ahead and set nums to j plus 1 is equal to v. And because we do j plus 1, this will decrease below 0 in our first incrementation as long as this condition is met. We are at -1, so now we got to set back to 0 so we can set v to an actual index. Otherwise, we're going to get an error. So that is all to insertion sort. Super quick, as you will see in all the videos related to insertion sort. Let's go ahead and run it and see what we get. So you can go ahead and right click on the screen and run insertion sort.main while it's compiling. So we got this random string of numbers. We insertion sort them and we get them in order, and then this is the 10,000 numbers we got. Bunch of random strings and numbers, but as you can see, we sorted them out in 10,000 numbers, and it seems like Java is fairly quicker than our C++. If you jump back to that and watch that, it does take a few seconds, if not seconds, milliseconds, but it seems like it's pretty instant with 10,000 numbers in Java. But this is probably as much as you want to use insertion sort first, because it will take a fairly long time with a large data set. So there you have it, insertion sort written in Java. I told you it was pretty quick. Both 10 and 10,000 numbers. Done. Sort it. Wrap up. Close it. Add it to your resume. But there you have it. Insertion sort written in Java. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want more coding algorithms, or coding of the algorithms, I should say. Or if you learned something new, hit the like button, because I will greatly appreciate it. And not only will I, but the YouTube algorithm will also too. So until next time, thank you for tuning in. I do greatly appreciate you guys tuning in to watch the video. See you next time.